A series of world events, poor decisions, and fatal gaffes conspire to see Rishi Sunak lead the Tories to the worst electoral defeat in his party's 346-year history. Here are some of the reasons one could attribute to Sunak's dismal performance. Starting with Brexit. Arguably supporting Brexit in 2016 was a mistake in the first place. It certainly held up his career in becoming a minister. His premiership was also dogged by angry Brexiteers claiming he was betraying Brexit. In terms of handing out cash and party aid, well, the high point in Sunak's popularity was when he was handing out wads of cash as Chancellor in the furlough scheme during the COVID lockdown. Unfortunately, it meant that as Prime Minister, his government have been dealing with the economic consequences of that in inflation, debt, and the cost of living. He was also fined for party aid. While Boris Johnson took most of the flak for breaching the rules, Sunak was also famously fined for rule breaking, and it has overshadowed his premiership. He has also been accused of being out of touch. Mr. Sunak's personal gaffe seemed to entrench the idea of an out-of-touch rich man with little connection to ordinary people. There was the time he borrowed a Sainsbury worker's car to look like a man of the people for a political stunt and struggled to pay for his petrol using a contactless card. On one memorable occasion, he actually asked a homeless man at a kitchen, "Are you in business?"
Business for business. What do you have? Do you work in business? Do you want some fruit?
No, I'm homeless. I'm actually a homeless person.
In terms of Sunak's 5 priorities, back in January 2023, Sunak had actually made his offer to the British people with 5 priorities. Bring down inflation, grow the economy, bring down debt, bring down NHS waiting lists, and stop the boats, not reduce the boats. But by the time Sunak called the general election, only inflation was down to target. As far as MPs quitting are concerned, there's nothing like Tory MPs deserting to underline the party was sinking. Of 122 MPs who decided to quit at this election, 75 were Conservatives as polling day grew near. It appeared that the rush to the exit door started under Rishi Sunak's premiership. People are also calling it the worst election campaign in history. In fact, many critics would tell you that nothing has gone right in this election campaign right from the moment Rishi Sunak called it in the soaking rain on his own in Downing Street. It was bad enough that the Tories were not ready to fight this election, ran out of money on day 2, and did not have many candidates in place. Well, many analysts and political commentators argue that there was never much hope for Rishi Sunak, and now it will be as bad as it can get.